Ministros, señoras y señores.
Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honour for me to be able to address you during this pre-summit on the transformation of education. After many long months conditioned by the pandemic and the impact that it had on young people and on the school system in general, in 2021 and 2022, we put in place a series of measures destined for pupils and teachers. We, for example, set up a campaign so that we could detect any cases of COVID amongst teaching staff or students. We also set up teaching or training plans so that teachers were able to use a digital technology at their disposal, and also to help them from a psychological point of view so that they would be able to better control any emotions that they may have been provoked by the pandemic. We also tried to give support to parents so they could help their children with their schoolwork. Indeed, there was a alternation between in-person and distance learning based on the needs of the different schools at different moments. We continue to make sure that learning is a priority with special attention for students with disabilities. Our health minister took measures to fight against the negative effects of the COVID pandemic, with a special focus as well on young people and adolescents, youngest children and adolescents, making sure that there was comprehensive and adapted psychological aid or support open to children from the age of 6 years and up, provoked by the pandemic. We are now trying to live with this new reality in Europe, and now we see that we are faced with a war that is calling into question our desire for a sustainable and war-free future. We need to make sure that we can have teaching of quality, and this means a democratic future, inclusive education, multilingual education, so that we can allow for intercultural dialogue. Indeed, we need to make sure that cooperation, participation, peaceful coexistence can guide our teaching practices. This is why we have made many changes to our education system in terms of what we teach them, so that they can learn different skills linked to these values. They need to be able to have a critical thinking so that they can face up to the major social, political and environmental challenges that the world faces. Thank you very much.